Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Michael Fagan, and I'm the Chief Technology Officer for Kmart Australia and New Zealand. Kmart is part of the Wesfarmers Group, which is one of the largest companies and employers in Australia and New Zealand. We have about $70 billion in revenue, which is equivalent to about 5% of Australian GDP. So if you had another 19 companies the size of Wesfarmers, you'd have another Australia. But in Kmart itself, we have group sales of more than $9 billion. We are one of the best performing retailers in both Australia and New Zealand, with a return on capital of more than 30% for nearly 10 years. We also have a significant store footprint across both countries, and more than 80% of Australians live within 5 kilometres or 3 miles of a Kmart store. Within the technology team, we want to be valued partners with the rest of the organisation, and we have 2 key aims that we try to live by. So the first is to deliver more innovation and better experiences to our customers more quickly. We improve our speed of delivery in order to stimulate customer demand and drive greater total benefits for the group. The second aim is to implement technology to be efficient and improve productivity, which in turn will reduce total group costs, which allows us to lower our prices, which makes life better for our customers. Our investment in technology will increase, so the benefit must increase at a faster rate. And on this slide here, you can see that we have our technology strategy mirrors our company strategy. And we try and there's a nice duality or dichotomy in the things that we try and do. So you can see one of them there is even better products at lower prices. So it's easy to do better products at higher prices. It's easier to have lower prices and worse products, but it's actually quite hard to have better products at a lower price. So we set ourselves some tough goals and some tough challenges over the years. We have a strong motivation to change in the technology organization and in Kmart Group as a whole. Competition is changing and consumer expectations are evolving rapidly. Non-traditional competitors are lifting the bar. For example, Netflix is affecting how customers see range and experience personalization. Uber is influencing opinions of frictionless experiences. And Airbnb are a one-stop shop, open 24/7, enabling visits to places you couldn't before. So we have non-traditional competitors that you wouldn't typically see as a competitor to a discount department store, but we certainly know that our customers' expectations are changing and improving over time. Additionally, traditional competitors are lifting their game, and Kmart are facing numerous headwinds, including foreign exchange, tighter margins and flat sales. We've got the COVID-19 situation that's been happening now for several months. And internally, we want to see greater speed, greater flexibility, and better bang for our buck as we implement and roll out technology. So our problem is that we're trapped. We're hamstrung by our past systems, our past structure, our past success, and our history. Combined together, this is holding us back in several ways. Our legacy systems contain trapped value, trapped data and/or capabilities that can be used for innovative new products, services, and business models, but we cannot leverage them. Technology hasn't been seen as a priority, so we've had a history of underinvestment, which means we have a mainframe that's more than 30 years old. And we have technical debt in our existing systems, which is increasing costs and holding us back. It is 1.5 times more expensive to maintain a system that is 10 years old than new due to technical debt. And that technical debt in our systems hampers our ability to be innovative and deliver what our customers want. We also have a lot of waste in our system. So, for example, wait time is a hidden killer and likely the source of a lot of our customer dissatisfaction. We have handoffs, delays, waiting for things to get done, waiting for resources to come available. These all add time, cost, and risk to our ability to deliver. And in retail, we would see this could be the source of 50% of the problem. And for us, it's a feature of our monolithic, tightly coupled architecture, which leads to a number of issues, including customer needs not being met, change being too slow and costly, and our technology organization reflecting the system setup, leading to silos and an inability to communicate and collaborate across multiple teams. So we had this dilemma, and one of the things we wanted to do was to get off the mainframe. But do you replace from scratch or do you modernize first? So we chose to modernize first and then replace for several reasons. So the first is around risk. if we go back to what we were trying to do, to our purpose and vision, we wanted to unlock more value more quickly. So we saw that we would actually get a greater outcome and deliver more value to our customers more quickly if we were actually went on a modernization path before we tried to replace and slice off all the applications in the mainframe, which we think is going to be a multi-year journey. We also saw it was going to reduce our risk significantly. You're introducing less change and getting a lot of value for that effort. So we went down the modernization path, and we found we had some great partners to work with to help us through that. So we had Micro Focus, which helped us with their enterprise suite software, and the IDE that they brought, which provided a whole new suite of capability to our development community. We had AWS, which are a leader in the cloud space, as I'm sure you know. And we also had Infosys, who had experience in many migrations around the world with numerous clients. And we had a crack team then supporting us to do this in record time and control our costs. So, what were some of the results and the outcomes that we saw? Well, first of all, we had to do this during the COVID-19 situation. We were nearing the end of our contract, and so delays weren't an option. So we started this about 9 months ago, about 9 months prior to go live, which an Infosys told us that was one of the fastest, and not one of the, it was the fastest implementation that they have ever been involved with globally. We had a real deadline, a real drop dead date, so we couldn't miss the deadline that we had, which was smack bang in the middle of COVID-19. So we completed our migration 100% remotely. So as CTO, when you come to a go live situation, there's not much you can do on those weekends, except maybe turn up to the office, show a bit of morale and support, and buy pizza and beer for the team. But we couldn't even do that because we had everybody working remotely. And we believe it's the first mainframe migration globally that has ever been completed 100% remotely. And that includes all the dress rehearsals that we did beforehand. So our final stages of build and test were all conducted remotely. Our dress rehearsals were conducted remotely, and you wouldn't choose to do this if you had an alternative option. So we're almost definitely the first company ever to have done that remotely. And then we brought immediate benefits. So we saved millions of dollars annually by doing this. And I think that the key part of that is not just the millions, but it's actually the annual part of that. It's an annuity. Yeah, so it pays back every year. So in the next 5 years, it'll save more than $30 to $40 million for the company, as well as unlocking huge amounts of value for our teams and for our business partners, and ultimately for our customers. So what's next? So we have a program of modernization activities outside of merchandise. So we were looking to integration via a set of web services or microservices. We're going to look to slice off the applications that we are hosting in the mainframe. We have 6 million lines of code that we are looking to rebuild and refactor into a set of modern architecture and services using contemporary ways of working, which we could do now that we weren't able to do before we migrated our mainframe. We want to look at API integration with other digital assets. And of course, we're lifting the DevOps capability of our entire team to deliver efficiency and further productivity gains across the enterprise. So this is not just a cost play, this is a capability play, and it's really about unlocking the future for us at the Kmart Group so we can deliver better outcomes to our customers. Thank you.